You've heard the adage, we get the government we deserve. A hard truth indeed. And the problem isn't fair. Some of us actually don't deserve being governed by thoroughly corrupt people who lie, steal, cheat, and do just about anything to maintain power. People like the Ontario Liberals. I won't go out on a tirade saying, I told you so. And what's the point anyway? It's not like I'm happy about being right about the election results last night. You'll recall my video blog several weeks back. I took the Ontario PC Party and Tim Hudak to task for running a cowardly campaign. The video link is below here. I lamented in that video the fact that Tim wasn't hard-hitting enough and that he should have been out on the campaign trail months ago talking about the lies and scandals. And that's why I published Daniel Dickens' book, Liars, the McGuinty-Wynne record. It's an accurate historic account of the plethora of scandals, lies, and absolute corruption under Dalton McGuinty and now Kathleen Wynne. But we can't blame Hudak entirely for last night's results. If this election has done anything at all, it has confirmed to me the fact that if a scandal of the magnitude of $1 billion, just think about that, $1 billion, the Mississauga gas power plant scandal, to name only one, won't deter people from voting for lying Liberals, then the real problem isn't the Liberals, but that an increasing number of Ontarians who vote are probably liars and cheats themselves. I know. Daunting, isn't it? Either that, or they're benefiting from the largesse of government and have become so cynical about politicians they just don't care anymore. Unfortunately, this is sobering to consider for the next federal election, and considering who's at the helm of the federal Liberal Party, Justin Trudeau, we've got a lot to think about. The takeaway from last night's result, if you're going to take anything away from it, is that currently, people who govern our province and our nation don't have to be competent. They don't have to be moral. They don't have to be honest. They don't have to be wise administrators of the public purse. They don't have to be any of these things currently, because increasingly today, Canadians are exactly what they vote for. And that is a shame and pretty depressing, wouldn't you say? Well, it's not all lost. Sometimes you have to hit the bottom before you can get back up. And the solution is that we need to take the long view. Call it the long march through the cultural institutions. We need to change culture, you see, before we can change politics. After all, politics reflects culture. And that's why I'm building Canada's first exclusively conservative publishing house. My hope is down the road, in the future. I know this doesn't sound appealing in a culture of instant gratification, but it's a thoroughly conservative principle, delayed gratification. If we don't work on fixing the solutions and reinsert morality into the mix of things, the majority of people will continue to vote for corrupt government again and again because it reflects who they are. The very important ingredient, you see, is the reassertion of, and here's that nasty phrase, Judeo-Christian ethics as the foundation of our education system. I believe that with all my heart. You see, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand that the young generation of voters, if they even vote, unfortunately have no moral foundation today. To them, corruption is simply the cost of doing business, the cost of doing politics. And with a majority of the young generation being morally illiterate, unless things change, governments will continue to become increasingly corrupt and dishonest, reflecting the values and character of the people. So what should those of us who don't deserve it do? Give up? Become corrupt like the Liberals? Or take the long view? I say the latter. I say take the long view and support projects that want to build an alternative to our corrupt culture, a culture of morality, a culture of integrity, a culture of honesty, a culture that has the next generation at heart. I'm Tristan Emanuel, and I make no apologies.